renewable energies offer enormous possibilities for rural regions in the OECD countries, and even more so in emerging and developing economies.
It's a brand new opportunity for the rural economy to thrive, and there are certain advantages even for rural areas concerning renewable energy that do not exist in urban areas.
Well, there's a huge amount of investment going into renewable energy these days. It's far more, it's about 5 times the level of investment in agriculture, and most of it is happening in rural areas. But it is driven by policies about energy security and climate change, not by rural development policies.
This link is crucial because we know that there is a big amount of investment going at the moment in rural areas for renewable energies, but we didn't have a clear idea of what this was the impact in terms of regional growth.
The problem is that not all and not every one of the examples that we have seen work to the benefit of the dwellers of the rural areas. In some cases, we have examples where a very limited number of the people in the community benefit, so we have to improve the ways in which we spread the benefit of the new technology or the presence of new technology in these areas.
People overemphasize the effects that it may have with regard to jobs associated with renewable energy.
The first and most important myth about renewable energy expenditure and its impact on rural areas is that if we spend all this money and the majority of it flows into rural areas, there's going to be huge benefits to the rural population. In reality, a lot of that money goes for equipment that is made in urban areas, often in countries that are not part of the country that's hosting the panels. For example, in Extremadura in Spain, all of the panels were made in Germany.
If you have projects going on in a rural area or in any area and there aren't some benefits flowing back to that area, then some resistance can develop, and that can be an inhibition to further development of the technology.
We should explore every possibility of renewable energy. And the rural areas where all the food comes from, where all the water comes from, where all the energy comes from, clearly have to be the focus of this effort.
Instead of having separate policy components of rural, economic, energy, etc., you have to lean towards a place-based holistic policy approach.
It's only by ensuring that all the agencies of government are working in the same direction and working closely with local authorities can you achieve the ambitions that, or the potential that rural areas have from developing renewable energy.
There is no shortcut to economic development. You need to have a process. You need to involve a lot of actors, you need to have to face a lot of transaction costs.
But you have to start with the economics. I think that's the most important part. And collaboration is also about the willingness of people to collaborate. So in the end, it's about people who decide to collaborate.
Not all the renewables, because they are alternatives to fossil fuels, are economically feasible in every single region. And that is something which has to be addressed with a lot of realism, with a lot of clarity.